Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Capricorn. If Capricorn is your solar, lunar, ascendant / rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. And so this is a bonus reading for Capricorn. And our card today is the Fool. All right. And so we'll take a look and see what these tea leaves have to say. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe. Okay, so I want to start right here. We have this really interesting formation. We have a person here, okay? It looks like wearing a robe or a dress, holding maybe even like a staff or a stick or something like this, some kind of piece of wood. Now, next to them, we have a small dragon. Above that, we have a mound with a lunar crescent right above it. We also have over here the devil, right? We have either the goat, Capricorn, the devil card, the devil energy. Okay, so very much Capricorn activated. And so I'm looking at this and I'm thinking this is a person who is having some kind of psychic emanations. You can see it coming right out of the head here. It could be that you are somebody who is quite psychic, quite intuitive, clairvoyant, a medium, somebody who can channel, something like this. Now, we have the dragon. We're in the year of the dragon here in 2024 going into 2025. And we also have that lunar energy. So I do feel like this next part of the year is going to be a time where you are receiving really profound revelations. Maybe you're somebody who has prophetic dreams or visions. It could be that you're really good at kind of reading situations and people. And it could be that you are having communications with other intelligences or departed loved ones or people who are departed in general. Okay? Whatever this is. And now listen, it could be all the things. It could be all of them. You could be having a very busy psychic second half of the year. But I do feel, right, that this is something that feels natural to you. It isn't something that is scary. It's not something that you feel burdened by or it is oppressive in some way. No, I think that you are somebody who is a magical practitioner by nature. And now this might even be something that runs in the family. Okay, this might be something that is, quite genetic, passed down from one generation to the next. And it might be that you don't know that very clearly. It might be that, oh yeah, we had some great aunt and she was, psychic supposedly or whatever. Or there was, a grandmother that partook in herbalism or, she read tea leaves or whatever it is. But I think that if you did some digging into either the maternal or paternal side, but I think maybe maternal, that there are a lot of gifted people in your family. Okay. So this is going to be a potent time. Listen, keep your eyes open. And please Get a journal, get a piece of paper. I like to use those, what are they called? The legal pads, right? The yellow ones. They seem happy to me for some reason. I don't know. But you write down the things that are coming through for you. Your synchronicities, your symbols, your dreams, your visions, any kind of coincidences or, things that feel profound to you. Keep track of them. Okay. Now you don't have to go over and, read them every day. Maybe at some point down the road, you go back and you kind of look and you see there are these patterns emerging. Maybe there is a greater context, a larger picture there. And so, I feel that this is going to be a really profound time for you. Now, we also have that Devil card, okay? And we, even if you are Capricorn and this is a power symbol for you, ultimately, you might see this, hear the name, and think, okay, that's bad. I don't want that in my reading. I don't want that in my life. But let me explain to you what the Devil energy means to me. Now, I'm not looking at it so much in this, in the paradigm of good and evil. Okay. That doesn't really exist in my household, in my holy temple. No, I look at the Devil energy as unconventional. Okay, going your own way, doing things in a manner that really kind of breaks down old conditioning, learned behaviors, coping mechanisms that have been constructed throughout your life, beliefs that you have, maybe gotten a little too dogmatic about or hold on too tightly, right? Things that we've learned often as children when we're young, and often from people who don't know what they're talking about. I hate to say it, but it's true. There are a lot of things that we learn about the world from people who have no idea. And the reason that I know this is because I'm a person in the world that has no idea. I think all of us are. So we get this energy, right? I'll never go against it. I believe most people have no idea what's going on. Probably every person has no idea what's going on. So don't feel singled out. I'm talking about all of us. But yeah, so we learn things and often they're wrong, right? They're just wrong. And so this Devil energy comes in. Yeah, and it is kind of that, it is not the thing that clears it, but it is the courage. It is that little bit of defiance, right? Little bit of contrarian or revolutionary or whatever you are, right? A little punk rock. Yeah. And you're not going to hold on to things that do not serve you well, right? And this energy comes up and you think, yeah, I'm going to demolish these old beliefs. I'm going to look and see if I can widen my perspective, my experience. Absolutely. And that is so necessary of a magical practitioner. We cannot have limited sight. We cannot get into these little places where, we back ourselves into a corner of belief. A magician, a magi, a magus, a witch, a sorcerer, a whatever, right? We must break down the barriers of our mind, of our beliefs, of our understandings. They're not useful in that theater. We need to push our limits. You cannot create magic if everything is confined to the rules. So that's the energy, okay? You are stepping outside of the usual and absolutely just going with it, going with that inspiration, with that kind of elemental flow in your life, letting the visions come, letting the, inspirations and communications happen, and bringing that into your mundane life. And absolutely, I believe 120% that this adds value to the way that you're living, to the way that you do your work, how you make your money, how you, feel about yourself, how you feel about being alive, being a human being in this world. I don't know about you, but when I am doing the work, when I am in a place where I am aligned in such a way where, I feel like I am manifesting in my world. I feel like I'm talking to spirit and spirit is talking to me. I'm excited about my days. I sleep better. I go to bed at night and I think, I'm going to have some dreams. Maybe something will come through. I'm not worried about the tedium of everything else. I'm flowing through life. It feels natural, exciting, adventurous. And I feel this for you. I feel absolutely. And I see things really kind of looking up. I don't think that they were bad, but even better than they have been in this next half of the year. Now, oh yes, let's look at this. We have the bow. Okay, so love. I'm sorry if you're not here for a love reading and it won't turn into one, I promise. But yeah, there's some love happening, or at least somebody trying to get in there, right? They're sliding into the DMs for sure. This is somebody trying to court you, trying to woo you, trying to get your attention. If you are interested or not, I don't know. But it's happening. I feel like there's a strong attraction here. Okay. Maybe on your part too. You might really be into them. I'm not sure. But I do see also we have this person standing here. We have the square. Now, if you've heard my readings before, I love to use some of the phrases and jargon of the Freemasons. I'm not affiliated, just very interested. I'll say my little praise real quick. I know that they get like a bad rap because of, whatever, conspiracy and all of that. And maybe a lot of that stuff is true. I don't know. But the reason that I am interested in the Freemasons and their work is because they are the patrons of the mysteries. Not the only patrons, mind you. There are a lot of systems and religions and things like that they do also hold the mysteries, and they keep them safe but also accessible. Now, the Freemasons have extensive libraries and people who have worked within the systems and written really interesting books and treaties and so on. So this is why I love the Masons. I don't love the Institute so much as their patronage of the mysteries, okay? Specifically Gnosis and Hermeticism, right? Gnostic and Hermeticism, but also other mysteries. And so, and that's my little love note to the old ways. Here we have the square. Now, in Freemasonry, it has been adopted out into other, we just use these things in our language, to be on the square. for everything to be squared away to perfection, right? To complete something to perfection, to get it all right. And so this is the process of taking a piece of stone that is just like any boulder or stone, and to chisel it into a perfect square. So we have rough ashlar is what it's called, turned into perfection. And I'm looking at this person, I'm looking at this square, and I'm thinking, yeah, you've really, really been working on your life. Getting things into a place that feels complete to you, that feels like perfection. Does it always, or excuse me, does it ever get to perfection? I don't know. I'm far from it. But I do see this is close, right? We do have a little bit of extra here, and you know, it's a little imperfect, but you are striving for your perception, your concept, your idea of what perfection might look like in your own life. You're devoted to building yourself up, building your family up, building your work, your career up. You are somebody who, stays the course. Absolutely. You might not always have a good attitude about it. Okay, I'm sorry to say that, Capricorn. But I will tell you, I am a Capricorn ascendant, and I dwell so deeply in my Capricorn placement. So yeah, sometimes there's a little bit of grumbling along the way. You might not always be the most outwardly grateful person, but that does not mean that you aren't profoundly grateful within. Okay? You also like to do things your own way. And that's a big thing. I think that you try very hard to work with people and to be kind of the team player or the leader. And you do a pretty good job of that. It is usually in your nature to just do it yourself. But I think in this part of your life, you've worked really, really hard to, ask for help, or to delegate, or to trust in other people that they will do the things that they need to do that will assist you to getting the things that you need to get done. That's not easy for a Capricorn, but I think it's something that you have really, really worked on. Now, we also have, if we look at this, let's pull it out. We look at this, it is a boat. Okay, now I know these are also other formations, but when we look at them in a different, as a greater formation, now it turns into a boat. Okay, so we do have this really immense movement of energies in your life, a big transition happening. Okay, and I feel like this, it's a lot to do with your connection to spirit and you having this kind of psychic openness. Okay, I feel that there is almost a loosening of your need for control to micromanage parts of your life and letting more and more of that go so that you can just experience things as they are coming. Now, you are still an active participant and you are moving with intentionality. A Capricorn cannot do anything else, right? There's always going to be a very, it's like a very precise consciousness about things. Really, looking at the whole thing, the system and tinkering and trying to get it going perfectly. And it's not easy to let go of that. And I don't think Capricorns are meant to. But I do think where you get stuck kind of in a loop or you get really fixated on certain details, you're letting yourself have a reprieve. Okay? And I think ultimately this gets the energies flowing through your life. And I feel like there is a very apparent evolution of things. Okay? You can look at the last, 5 years, right? And you can see where you have really grown, where you've begun things and you've really put time and effort into them and cultivated. And you can see that there's beginning to be a real profound output, right? And also, something being produced there. Okay. So I think all of this together feels really good, Capricorn. It really feels good. Now, let's take a look over here. Okay, we have a grandmother. Immediately, I see we have a grandmother sitting here. Now, I feel so, yes. I know. I know this in my heart of hearts. Your grandmother was able to prophesize. I see her sitting there. I see her having visions, having, maybe she had like kind of daydreams, or maybe she did have actual dreams when she was sleeping, and they came to pass. Now, I feel that she maybe is not here any longer. Okay, she maybe is transcended. But she's coming through with a message. And I see her actually right here as well. She's sitting right here. Okay, kind of like this. You can see sitting in here as well. There's an arrow up, and then there's a bird right here. You can see the little bird. So the bird is a message. And I feel that this is kind of a remembering. It's kind of this, I can see that she's sitting here, and then up here there are these visions. And I see they turn into a path that kind of turns back around. It's almost like a spiral, okay? So I feel that she is coming through. You are perceiving her, and she is calling back things that she maybe wrote down, or she told the family. These are things that will happen. Maybe nobody took her seriously. That, I think, happens often, right? People think, okay, whatever you're talking about, I don't know. Grandma doesn't know what she's saying or whatever. But they've all come to pass, and they will continue to do so. And there's something important here, that she is showing up because she wants you to, I don't know, maybe, and I keep thinking, maybe she does have like a journal or letters. Maybe she was a person of letters. I don't know. But going back and looking at this, or going back maybe and talking to your parents or other family members that can recall some of the things that she foretold. Now, I'm looking at the symbols, and I feel like it's almost kind of you are taking her position in the family as the seer. We also have the egg and the snake. So we have the Orphic egg. If you've ever seen this image, it is of an egg with a snake curled around it. Now this is an image of cosmology, the beginning, right? A beginning. We know the egg is often associated with the beginning of all things, right? Now the snake, or not the snake, the egg, yes, the egg. The snake is the knowledge, right? Or that fiery kind of kundalini energy, that thing that must merge with other elements, that must be coupled or mixed to bring life into that animating quality, right? The thing that gets everything rolling. And then we have a flower, and we have a turtle. Okay. I know somebody told me on the comments, like yesterday, you have to show us on the plate what you're looking at. I know sometimes I put them down, and I just go where I can. I do it how it feels right. But I will make more of an effort to show you. So we have the grandmother here sitting. We have, yes, another person sitting. This is her vision up here. Here's the egg with the serpent. Here's the flower. Here's the turtle. Okay, so actually the flower and the turtle are also cosmology images as well, right? These are creation images. We have the lotus opening. We have the turtle, right? The world on the back of the turtle. And so it is a rebirth. It is a beginning again. But I also think that it is a take it slow. Be in it. Do not squander this energy that is. Don't, just try to get through it as quickly as possible. Go on autopilot. Indulge in the now. Be in this time. Notice things. Notice how you're feeling. Notice the details. Notice the impressions, the patterns. All of this is so important. It might not feel like it. Maybe, we go through our days. Getting up, doing the routine, getting out the door, going to work, coming home, making dinner, getting everybody ready for bed. Getting yourself ready for bed and doing it again. And nothing feels special or magical or divine about that. But it is. Within the fabric of it all, in those in-between moments, the very subtle things that are happening, if you stop and look, you will see magic and spirit are everything. Not just in everything, not just in moments of in between, in everything. It's from the bottom to the top, from the top to the bottom. So within, so without. It is everything. We need to notice it though. We get into these places where we feel like how we're living, the things that are going on in our life, that's all there is. It's so big and so important. Now, something that I like to do, and I know this sounds maybe ridiculous, is to remind myself I'm just part of a vast infinite. And so when I'm outside and I'm gardening or doing yard work, or I'm just hanging out with my husband and my daughter, shout out to Dove and Serpent Tarot, my husband. Paul is amazing. Go check out his tarot readings. But we're hanging out outside or doing whatever. I like to get down on the ground. Yes, and sometimes on my hands and knees. And I like to get very close to the plants, the bushes, the grass, whatever is there. And I push it aside and I look and I see there are a lot of bugs and mites and, things going about their business. There are whole microcosms going on. This is one little piece like this of land right there. And I look in there, just peer into a whole world happening. No concept of what I'm doing or what's going on 30 feet the next direction. They're just living their lives, doing their things, having big problems, just like I am. And I look out and I see there's so much land, so much, stuff happening. If this one little piece, and then you think all of the rest of the backyard, and then all of the backyards, and all of the, the county and the state and the region and whatever, right? It makes me realize I'm just a little piece of this and I am all of this. The divine spirit is just a little glimmer, but it is a little glimmer in everything, in every cell of everything. And so sometimes we have to stop and we have to look. We need to take the time, right? Okay, so let's go ahead. We have the divine doors. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to flip through. I'm going to stop where it feels right. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. I love that. Now, is this called the ashram? Is this an ashram thing? What are they called? Now, I'm thinking of an ashram with the gateway, right? I don't know what this portal is called, but I love them. I love them. I'll probably never go to Tibet, but it looks so glorious. I don't know that I would fare well that high up. I don't know if I could make it, but so beautiful. And so we're going to go ahead, and it says a distant kiss in a prayer flag. I wish of all wishes that you were here through sunlight and rain. I need you near. I wish of all wishes that you were here through sunlight and rain. I need you near. Beautiful. Well, my daughter was born. I was really into making prayer flags. Now, not your traditional prayer flags, but I made my own. And at that time, I had an apartment. It was full of prayer flags. I would go and collect scraps or old clothes, you know, just whatever, cut them up and make them into these prayer flags. And I hope that when I have time, I can get back to that. I really enjoyed making those. They're beautiful. And actually, in one of my early visions, when I realized that green taro was a patron for my childbirth, the birthing of my daughter, I got my daughter these prayer flags with taro on them, and they still hang in her room. They've moved around with us as we've moved, and yeah, anyways, prayer flags are gorgeous. They're beautiful. All right, so anyways, Capricorn, I'm going to tell you I love you because I do, and I thank you so much for spending this time with me. It is always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you, and if you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next readings are coming out. It is free to subscribe, and if you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I read them all. They mean the world to me. And yeah, with that, I will say again, I love you. Take care of yourself. We'll talk in a couple days, and good night.